happening, Camp Nation? It's your boy Cass here. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome to the new series, which is going to be the best team for Pokemon. That's huge. Sorry. The best team for Pokemon Heart Gold and Soul Silver edition. I feel like I just did something wrong. Let me see if... Okay. Cool. I hate that I'm selected onto something that I don't want to be selected onto, but it's just gonna be what it is. All right, so if you've never been a part of the best team before, this is we're doing a playthrough of a Pokemon game. Plug my phone in. Doing a playthrough of a Pokemon game with specific Pokemon, trying to build a team that will perform the best on paper and actually in the game too, while considering all the nuances that we have for the game. So like rivals, gyms, evil team members, all the fun stuff. I think what I'm gonna do for this is we're gonna be looking at maybe running both just the regular game and also the post-game stuff. So we'll have to take a look at that. Relegate. No unit. So we'll have to look at that as we're going through, but also it's going to be kind of figuring out all the fun stuff. All right, this has to be black. Haha. I don't want to delete. I want to clear rules from entire sheet. And we'll go from there because that'll determine what we do. These look tinier because they are. Typhlosion. And for alligator. Bothers me that they've never updated for alligator's name to actually have the correct things in them. All right, and then we gotta figure out battles and stuff. So I have made a tab with all the fun things. Okay. And you've got to choose how many times. So we have Cherry Grove. And we're just putting down the fights right now. We'll go back and analyze all the stuff here in a minute. All right, then we have Azalea. And then we play in Burn Tower. Tunnels. And then Victory Road. Oh my gosh. It's not good if I can't spell. Victory Road is the last free game one. Mount Moon is an optional fight in post. But I would assume his team is the same every time. It does look like it. Okay. And we are going to... We'll give him an extra slot for post game. And then I'll just do a border. So when we calculate the types, we go from there. All right, the gyms, we just replace them. So Faulkner, Bugsy, Let's see. Third would be Whitney. Then we have Morty. We have a lot of E's in this. Chuckster, Jasmine, Price, and Claire, who I found out has a really bad way of spelling her name while putting this together. All right, this is Rocket. There's a lot of Rocket fights. So we will probably have to move these. Just to a different plane. Okay, I guess we'll have to redo it. We'll worry about that in a second. But let's get the rockets done. All right, so with the rocket fights, so it's really the radio tower that we're looking at. And I think Proton is the one we fight first. We actually don't need to make a new tab. We just need to delete it. Yeah, Proton is 2. So we can just go 1 Proton, 2. I'm not going to worry about doing them in order because there's so many fights. Actually, just click on it. His name is Lambda in Japanese. It's funny. All right, hard gold, soul silver. He has 1, 2. So this is petrol 1, petrol 2. A lot more rocket fights in this, which I think will change who is kind of what we're doing. So Ariana in hard, you fight her in. Interesting. I didn't know you fought her in that. There are 2 fights with Ariana. I think there's 2 fights with all of them. Ariana 1, Ariana 2. And then I believe we fight Archer twice as well. We fight Archer 1 time. Okay, noted. Let me get back to that. So this is Archer. All right, so then we have E4, which would be Will. It's not Phoebe. It's not Karen. Karen's later. Who is the second one? Is it Koga? Koga. Then Bruno, Karen, and then Lance. Right? Will, Koga, Bruno, Karen, Lance. Let's go. Will, Koga, Bruno, Karen, Lance. Got it. All right, and then I think that covers all the important stuff. We got the rival fights. I didn't get any water. I'll be right back. I'm so sorry, guys. All right, sorry about that. Need my water. You all should have water, by the way. If you don't, go get it. I've been thinking about the background. I'm not gonna do it because then I have to find this. I don't have the team builder like layout change on my hotkey for Steam Deck, because I haven't used it and I don't use it often. Like, I was thinking about putting some lights like right here, like behind my head and stuff to fill this section. Maybe also on the side of the frame. But I think if I did the side of the frame, I have to do like all around, and I don't want to do that. So I've been thinking about what I'm gonna do with it. I have a whole nother set of the light strips, because they're one light strip on each side of me. But I haven't figured out what I'm gonna do with it. I have not returned them, and they're way past overdue for return. But just so we're aware. All right. So we got the rival. We got the gyms. Do we have to fight Usain? Is Usain a recurring trainer battle? Maybe I can like back up to. So we find Usain in Ekritique. I think we fight Usain one time. Yeah, because there's nothing there about Usain. And I believe we fight Usain in Cianwood. Yes. Let's see what Usain. Yes, Usain is only once, so we need to add Usain. Open new tab. Hello. Okay, it did. I have so many tabs open for this, by the way. It's kind of crazy. All right. Let's put Usain right before we fight Chuck. I know you can't see anything I'm doing right now, but I'm moving tabs. That's what I'm doing. All right. I don't know if we need to look at 29, but yes, because you'll show me Pokemon. These are our first encounters. It's not like we're going to take any of them, but... Alright. And then we'll add Usain. Call this rare, and we'll go Usain. Just so my thing looks correct. My thing. Any other recurring trainer? The Kimono Girls would be another thing I would add. So let me actually make the rare category go down here. I know you can't see it. But I ran out of space. So we'll have Usain. And then we need to find... I believe the Kimono Girls just have the evolutions. They would be in... Dragonson summoning the Pokemon Tower. I think it's this part, because they'd be in the dance theater. Yes, they just have an evolution. So are they even really worth it? I don't know. I mean, I'm adding Usain. So I guess we should. I'm not sure if that's really going to matter too much, but we'll just see what happens. All right. We have our... Everything looks set up pretty much. For the most part. So let's determine what the movesets are going to be. So this is Meganium's level up moveset. Honestly, a little sad that we're just a little wide, but it's fine. You can still tell what the moves are for the most part. All right, so it's important to note that physical special split isn't around. I don't remember Meganium's stats. I wish I had a stats page too, but I'd have to back out. And that's gonna like... My PC's already struggling with what we're doing right now. So let's try not to crash it. I'll look at stat spreads and stuff via my phone. I mean, it really is just struggling really bad right now. Meganium, I believe you are a special attacker. Meganium has 83 special attack, 82 physical attack. It is your mixed attacker, which honestly, I think if Meganium had the special attack stat that the other two have, like 100 something, I think it could be useful, but I don't think it's going to be that great. So our moves are going to be grass, we get grass, normal, and steel and ground. All right, good to know. Grass, normal, steel, and ground for moves. All right, for silver, we have to look at all of these. If a player chose Chikortia, we're all gonna have neutral fights on Cherry Grove because we are. Azalea's where it changes. Grass, ground, steel, and normal. We won't have... Earthquake is so late, though, I believe. We determined... So you could learn Iron, Tail, and Earthquake. I believe those are so late. 23, Olivine. Earthquake is Victory Road. So we can't even really count them. Until... Iron Tail until Jasmine. Which is crazy. So we're at grass moves, which we suck at this level. I think that's also the problem. Meganium is like moveset wise, it's just not good either. Burn Tower, the same things with another resistance. The tunnels. Do we even like? I thought about like, do I even have to calculate Meganium because we know it's gonna suck. The tunnel again, all our weaknesses. No redemption. All right, Victory Road, we can actually, you know, maybe do well. I won't make it the worst because we have Kadabra that isn't bad, but also we can actually do something to you have Levitate. We can actually do something to Magneton. So it's not the worst it could possibly be. Faulkner, do I even have to calculate that? Like, really? What's this? Oh, this is the rocket stuff, so we're looking at rockets first. Yeah, we are not good. We fail both protons. Are we failing both petrels? We're not the worst against Raticate. But yeah, we do fail petrol too. So it's a 2 and a 1. I believe Ariana is just going to be 2 1s as well. Her team doesn't... Nope. Sorry. Her team doesn't change. She has the same both times. And Archer is the only this fight, and we're weak to all of it. So, I mean, this just shows you why Meganium's so bad. The highest it has is the rival fight, the first rival fight, which everyone does equally on. And a lot of people, when they say Meganium, why Meganium's so bad, it's also because of the gyms being such bad typings for it too. I mean, you get Flying, Bug, Ice, 3 of its 5 weaknesses, which is another problem with grass type starters. They just have so many weaknesses. I'm a big proponent of like the fire and water starters do not need secondary types, but you have to give the grass type as secondary types because they are so bad if you don't. All right. What was I doing? We are looking back at gym leaders. So we are on Bugs. I'm Bugsy. So I can't actually say you're bad against Matapod, because that would be a lie. But I can say you were bad against the other two. So the only reason you don't get a 1 in Bugsy is because Bugsy's moves suck. Also, if things crash, just know it's, yeah, my computer deciding it wants to die. All right. When he had normal and rock, I mean, I also think we're all going to be neutral here unless somebody gets a fighting coverage. Morty's team is all poison types, but they don't have poison moves. So I'm going to give you a 2 just because you have disadvantage in type matchups. All right, we have you seen fight. We have a you seen. This is Crystal. We're pretty neutral. We're gonna get a little bit of a dock on Haunter though. I think it's only fair to take a dock on Haunter. Chuck, we're actually gonna be slightly better with Chuck, just because we have a good matchup on Polyrath. That is the other thing, like with the gyms, you're facing 3 of the 5 weaknesses that Meganium has, plus you don't have the 2 things that it's actually good against, which makes it hard. And that's kind of the reason I don't really like the typings staying the same every single time. That's a neutrality. Those are double resistances. I don't know if I can give you an edge. I don't know if I can give you an edge. I'll give you an edge on... excuse me. I'll give you an edge on Steelix. So it won't be a 1. Do I even have to look at price? It's not fair if I don't. Yeah, for some reason my computer decides to be really slow. Okay, it's good we did look at it, because that is a neutral fight. That is also a neutral... well, I guess it's... I would say that's slightly bad and slightly bad. So we... despite this being a weakness type... a type we are weak against, rather... it's not the worst fight ever. Alright. So we're gonna have... neutrality on 2 of your mons, a weakness to 1, and a neutrality. So I don't think that drags you down far enough. All right, E4 time. Last thing we have to look at right now. Will. So psych, I don't think we have, so we will have access to earthquake and stuff now. Earthquake and iron tail. But that's still gonna be a weakness. We're good here, and we're bad. Oh no, we're bad, good, bad, neutral. So that's slightly bad. Koga is poison types. And the thing that makes it worse is these bug poison types, mostly. So bad. I'm gonna say bad because explosion's bad, T-spikes are bad. Bad, and bad. Yeah, I didn't think we had a good matchup in Koga. Plus, being passive into Koga is not good. Koga might just be one of my favorite gym leaders just because of his strategy. Like, I love his slow toxic stall strategy because he's like the only one who actually feels like he has a strategy. All right, based on coverage here, we're gonna be great in the Onyx. We're gonna be neutral, bad, great. I'm willing to give this the 3. Even though we're technically kind of bad. But hey, me throwing an extra point here or there to Meganium isn't gonna matter. Because it's still gonna be the worst starter. I'm sorry, it's just gonna be the worst starter. I want to like Meganium, I want it to be good, it's just not. And honestly, a fairy typing would be great for it. Alright, I get nothing for Umbreon. We are bad against Vileplume, bad against Murkrow. We are slightly bad against... yeah. I don't even know if Umbreon and no poison move on Gengar pulls that out of being a really bad matchup. I don't think it does. And Lance, he just has freaking flying types, so this is Faulkner but better, right? That's Fire Red. I mean, I wish that would stay open. All right, we are neutral against Gyarados. Bad against Dragon, all 3 Dragonites, despite the fact that it's Thunder Blizzard Fire Blast. Bad against Charizard and neutral against Aerodactyl. Does that pull me back up? Oh no, we're bad against... I don't think so. The Ice Fang coverage and Aerial Ace, I think both make that a bad matchup for you. All right, versus Espeon. We are neutral. Versus Umbreon, we are neutral. Versus Flareon, we are bad. Versus Jolteon, we are slightly bad. And versus Vaporeon, we are great. There's the 1-5 that it gets. Oh, and then we have the rival pose game that I didn't include. So I have tabs actually open for all post-game gyms. That is what I was forgetting. And we're gonna make our own list down here with Kanto. It's gonna be, so it goes Surge, Sabrina, Misty, Erica, Janine, Brock, Blaine, Blue, and Red. So you are going to get ratings here, and what we'll do is we'll make a separate list down here. And we'll just do it with post game category. All right. So let's take a look ski. we don't have to do post game, but I am gonna hopefully be able to talk about it. With Earthquake, if we teach Earthquake, Surge is a really great battle for us. Only because we have Earthquake. Alright, Sabrina, who is a tough gym leader. We are neutral, we are just neutral. I mean, I would argue maybe with Light Screen you could bump that up a little bit, but that's probably just going to be a moveset that we'll have to look at later. Our Gold, Soul Silver, we are good against Golduck, good against Quagsire, neutral on Lapras, neutral on Starmie. So I'll give you a 4. I want to say 4. What about Erica? We are bad against Jumpluff, neutral on Tangela, neutral on Victory Bell, and neutral on Blossom. So because we're just behind, let's do that. Janine, does she have explosion wheezing? Wow. All right, we are bad against Crobat, bad against Wheezing, bad against Ariados twice, and bad against Venomoth. It's literally fighting Koga Part 2, which we did not have a good fight against. Brock should be a 5, and I'm not even going to really look at it because he doesn't have an Aerodactyl. I am going to look at it, but I'm pretty sure, yeah, it's 5 things that have quad weaknesses to grass. Can I give it the elusive is 6? This is Fire Relief Green, her Gold, Soul Silver. We actually have a neutral fight in the Macargo, but we're bad on the other 2, so I don't think that's enough to pull you off of a 1. Brew. Anybody want to fight Brew? Anybody know who Brew is? All right, Blue is a balanced team, so everyone should come out neutral. Should and does is different. Come on. Oh, this is the one time you decide you don't want to like clam up. Radiant City Gym Leader. All right. We are neutral on Executor, bad against Arcanine, good against Rhydon, neutral on Gyarados. There it closes. Neutral on Machamp, and bad against the Pidgeot. So neutral, bad, good, neutral. I'd say it's slightly down ticked. And red is probably about the same composition. It's the 3 starters. So you're gonna have good against one of each. Good against Pikachu. And we're gonna be neutral, so we're actually bad against Venusaur because of its poison typing. Didn't realize that. So we're good against Pikachu, good against Blastoise. Even with Blizzard, I'm kind of good. Neutral against Lapras, neutral against Snorlax, and bad. So it's an even fight. We have 2 good matchups, 2 neutral matchups, and 2 bad matchups. That's as neutral as you get. All right. Now it's time for the fun part. I didn't look at... The last thing I have to look at is Silver post-game. We're only going to look at his team one time. Do I even want to look at his team one time? No, I'm not even going to look at his team one time. We're going to remove that. You don't fight him post-game. Whoa. You don't fight him post-game. All right. You're not required. I should say you're not required to fight him post-game. You can. I think when we did the we did what's it called? We did the shoot, what's it called? The tag lock. We did have to fight him there. All right. And then these ranges are incorrect. Equals sum of this, 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 this. Okay. And then this is the exact same thing. And this. Oh, sorry. And this is why won't you let me do it? All right, so you get like an extra set, roughly. All right, that's Meganium done. To be honest, I don't even really think I want to look at the score. Equals C16. No, it does not need to equal C16. It needs to be equals sum. Oh, that is bad. That would have been really bad to find. And then that gets copied down. And this gets copied down there. All right, cool. Back to the board. So Typhlosion. This DP, we want Heart Gold, Soul Silver. Via level up, we are getting Fire and Normal. Via TM, we can get a lot more coverage. We can have Ghost. We can have Rock. We can have Ground and Fighting. All right, let's take a look at Brick Break, and those are no teams. Brick Break is Battle Frontier, so that is gone. TM1 Focus Punch, Cianwood. I don't think that's going to be used. Okay, what about Shadow Claw? Scroll, please. What about Shadow Claw? Shadow Claw is 42 in Goldenrod City. 42 is late, though. Rock Slide? We get it from Brock, so post game. Honestly, a lot of the things that make Typhlosion's moveset kind of good is not here. What about Aerial Ace? What about Aerial Ace? Gyro Ball's not gonna do anything. I believe that's Faulkner's move. Aerial Ace is in Mount Mortar. So that doesn't sit well with me. But I can't change. Let's get Rock Tomb earlier. That would be the only way to give it a coverage move. That and Dig. Rock Tomb is Union Cave. I forget where Union Cave is. Early on. Oh, it's the... Okay. But I've never gone through it. I guess we could make the detour to get it. You not get Shadow Ball? You get Shadow Claw and not Shadow Ball. Interesting. And then Dig was the other one, which is 28. Celadon City or National Park. I mean, I think I can give it ground access. It's the same thing like Meganium. We can give it ground access. Okay. Here we go. Back to the fun part. All right, we've determined that everyone has a bad chair as a neutral cherry grove. In Azalea Town, we have one bad and we have two neutrals. guess I didn't press the button. In Burn Tower, we have a good, a bad, and 2 neutrals. In the tunnels, in the secret tunnels through the mountain, 2 goods, a bad, and 2 neutrals. So we have to slightly skew that up. And I believe his Victory Road team is the same, barring he gets Kadabra, which just gives us 3 neutrals, 2 goods, and a bad. All right. Next up would be the Rockets. Did we determine Proton's team is the same? Yes, Proton's team is the same. Both times. And you don't really have a great matchups against him either way, so. For Proton, thanks for doing it already. Petrol, I forget what your other team is. But I think you only have 1 Pokemon. Oh, no. Kind of. It's a Zubat instead. Honestly, evil teams having poison and flying types are pretty bad for this. We actually have a good matchup on Vileplume versus Ariana. And that might just push it over. I'm going to give you a slight edge, I think. Into Archer because of ground. Okay. Back to gyms. Faulkner. We're going to be neutral. Again, this is so early that it doesn't really help us. Bugsy, we should have a clean sweep. Scyther's the only thing that's scary, but again, we should be fine. Whitney. Without access to fighting move. I don't think anyone gets access to fighting moves by this point. So I'm pretty sure we're required to get that Machoke. Alright. Morticia. Which I wish is what your name was. I never liked Morty. We're going to be neutral across the board, I guess, for the most part. Chuck. We're going to be slightly bad on Chuck because of the Poliwrath. Jeez, couldn't think of what it was called. I always thought Eusine was a lady just because of the sprite. I don't care about your manga appearance. I care about your game stuff. I mean, I guess I give you a slight edge for Electro. It's kind of neutral. I'll give you a slight edge for Electrode. That's Jasmine. We're looking at Eusine. While we're here, let's look at Espeon, Umbreon, all this stuff. That's neutral. That's neutral. We're gonna be good, okay, and bad. All right, back to Jasmine. I think we actually have good matchups into Jasmine. Just because her Steelix does not have a ground move. The Typhlosion should just one-shot her whole team. Price is going to be a little bit tougher to deal with since there is 2 thick fat mon. All of his mons have thick fat besides the one that needs to have thick fat. But it doesn't have a water move. So neutral, neutral, and good. Claire, I think, is where we're going to struggle with Typhlosion. Yeah, we are. Well, I guess we're neutral on Gyarados. Neutral, bad. Kind of bad, bad. I can't honestly say that's the worst fight ever, so I'm gonna give it a 2. All right, league time. Let's look at William has I guess we're not looking at William. We are neutral on Azatu, good against Jinx, bad against Slowbro, good against Executor, neutral on Zatu 2. So 2 goods, 2 neutrals, 1 bad, slightly good. Koga, again, it's bug poison, so we're probably going to be good against most of his team. Good, good, good. Neutral, neutral. I have a hard time. Just because of his strategy, I'm going to give it a 4. I think that is fair. His strategy's kind of not great. We are neutral, 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 bad, neutral. I don't think anyone's going to be good against Karen. They really like fighting types go hard in this game. So hard. We are bad, neutral. We are not bad. We're neutral, bad, neutral, good, bad, neutral, good. So we're slightly positive there. Lancelot. I love one that closes when I tap in. We are bad. We are bad, neutral, neutral, bad, neutral, neutral. Not the worst fight ever, not the best. So, but I think because of like Lance, really, and the ice coverage and Ice Fang that you get, I think like 16. That's gonna really impact how good Typhlosion, how good Feraligatr is. If you asked me coming into this, like I 100% would have said Feraligatr's the best starter because I believe it was the best starter in... Actually, I think Typhlosion was the best starter only because it got access to Thunder Punch. Wait a minute. Am I being stupid? Yeah, the physical special split is real. I think I might have said it wasn't, but it definitely is. All right, Surge. Quit closing the dang tabs. All right, for the same reason we gave Meganium a 5, we have to give you a 5 here, so. That's Fire Red. She's actually harder in Heart Gold Soul Silver because she doesn't have bug moves. Which is fun to know. All right, Misty, I feel like we just get a flat 1 on this. Bad, 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 and bad. Yep. This might, I think it's the only one I've given the Typhlosion. Which is funny because the next trainer is going to be a 5. And I'm sure Janine is the same way. 2 Ariadoses and a Venomoth, I believe. No. Yeah, 2 Ariadoses and a Venomoth. The only thing that doesn't... These two just don't make it a perfect fight because of their ground immunity. Honestly, great. Honestly, great for them. Or they're the only things stopping it. I think this is probably the worst. This also might be a 1. Again, these are all post-game matchups and not actually counting for the thing. Yeah, as long as they have a stab move, which all of them do, this is a terrible fight for you. But again, it doesn't really matter unless we really were counting post-game as part of it. And how we've always run best team is game stops once you beat the champion, which means you beat Lance 1 time, you're done. So these Kanto gyms and stuff don't even really technically matter. Uh-oh, there's the freeze. Uh-oh, Stakey, uh-oh. All right, it fixed itself. All right. Viridian Gym. Good because of ground moves. Bad, neutral, and neutral. So, as it should be. The red is the same way, so Lapras. So it's Pikachu. Good against Pikachu. Good against Venusaur. Neutral to Charizard. Snorlax. Bad against Lapras and Blastoise. So, yeah. Boom. All right. And last but not least, and probably saving the best for last, probably, is my guess. Feral Alligator gets Ice Fang at 21 and Superpower at 58. It's crazy. So we get Dark Water. Question, can you make use of your water moves? You do get Waterfall. I don't remember what Feral Alligator stats is. I do know what Charizard's. I do know what Charizard's stats are, which is a valid statement. Which makes me also know what Typhlosion stats are. So special attack isn't the best, but it can be usable. When in doubt, when water is in play, we round down then. But water, ice, we don't really have good water moves though. But water, ice, dark. Water, ice, dark, and we get ground again. Water, ice, dark, grounds. Do we get Dragon Claw? I don't think so. I think that's late game stuff. About 27. 27's not that far into the game. '27 is definitely before. 27 is where is 27? Ah, 27 is past. So it can be an item that we get for Lance, but it cannot be something that we use for Claire. Noted. So again, we are looking at water, ice, dark, grounds. I can learn Dragon Pulse. All right. I think that variety is going to be what wins you the fights, honestly. All right, it's over. Water, ice, dark, and grounds. Actually wanted to look at Azalea. Right here. Stop. We will have Ice Fang, so all Bailey fights are neutral. That means that's good, and we will have Bite. So I'm inclined to give that a 4. I'm inclined to give that a 4. This is the same team plus Magneton. I'll balance that one out just because Magneton's there. Although I don't know when we get Dig. That depends on Dig. National Park. We would have Dig at this point. So in theory, I really can't make it worse. Alright. Noted. The tunnels. We're going to be good, neutral, good, neutral, neutral. So you perked up in Victory Road. His team should be the same. Plus Kadabra. Which means we are neutral, good, neutral, good, good, neutral. No bads. That's crazy. I think right there just sold it for me that you're going to be good. Alright, to the dum-dum guys. Proton schemes are the same. Which means we have... I'm not going to give you a perfect fight on Proton just because I know one of them we will not have Dig for. Not like Dig matters anyway. We just got Levitate. Yeah, that's gonna block you from getting perfects on Proton either fight. Petrol, Zubat. So it's Zubat, Koffing, and then Raticate. So you're gonna be good against Zubat. Bad against neutral against Koffing and neutral against Raticate. So again, and then with just, you have no way to really KO them. I think that's the one fight that they actually get harder. Her team is exactly the same. So we're going to be neutral, Arbok, bad on Vileplume, and good on Murkrow. I say neutral on Arbok because of the -1. And she is the exact same team. Archer, we are both good against the Houndooms. Koffing is the only thing that is a problem, so we will go for. Alright. To the gyms. This will just be water type moves. We're going to be neutral on Faulkner. Buggerino. Bugzerino. We will have an ice. We could have an ice move. I don't think I'm gonna take that into too much account though. For this, again, Whitney is neutral. We just know that. We don't have fighting moves. That's the only way we're better than Whitney. Morty, we're actually good against because of the dark coverage. He doesn't have anything to stop me, really. Alright. And we're going to jump to Yassine, which I believe there's an Electrode. So we're 2 goods and one bad. I think I have to do that. And we might as well do these while we're down here. We are great against Espeon. We are neutral against Umbreon. We are great against Flareon. We are bad against Jolteon. And we are neutral on Vaporeon. Alright, Chuckster. I don't think you have a particular advantage, and I don't think we do either. We're just kind of neutral on each other. Yasmin. We are going to have 2 bads and a good. I know we're probably faster. Sorry, got gold. I know we're probably faster than our Magnemites, but I mean that's another thing to take in consideration. If we are technically faster than both of our Magnemites, which I believe we are. See, at level 30. I don't think we actually will be evolved at 30. We will be evolved at 30, so we should be for alligator level. And we will have dig. But I'm 78 versus 45. There's no way I'm slower on pace. So we actually have a perfect fight here. It's important to look at that. All right, Price is probably not a great fight for us, honestly. Neutral, neutral, and that's also, well, neutral, resisted. I don't think our ground moves really save us. No, our coverages don't save us really at all. So I'm going to say neutral there. Claire. We might have the best matchup in the Claire with Feraligatr. Perhaps. We're neutral, I think, across the board. No. We're actually good against the Dragonairs because of ice. So neutral, good, neutral. It was like it's the ice move, isn't it? All right, and that is everything but the league. Which we are good across the board. Exeggutor doesn't have a grass move, which is hilarious. So we're great across the board because we super effective in every single one of his Pokemon. Koga, I believe it's the same. It is not the same. So this is neutral, good, neutral. I don't think the good puts you at a point where I can give you a 4 though. Bruno, we have at least one good Pokemon, one good fight because he does have an Onix. This is Fire Reds. Come on. Nope, let's go. What are we doing? All right. We are neutral, bad, sorry. Good and neutral. Feel fine with a 3 there. Where's Karen? Karen's a dark type user. I don't think our coverages help us. Maybe she has a Murkrow. That would give us 1 good. But is that enough to really put us above? Oh, she has a Vileplume and a Murkrow. And a Ghost type. And a Houndoom. I mean, honestly, I think we're a pretty good fight here. I don't know if Umbreon matters too much. It's kind of a non-issue Pokemon. I'm okay saying that's a 5. And Lance should also be like a 4, I would assume. We're neutral on Gyarados. Oh, that's Fire Red. Neutral on Gyarados. Good against all 3 Dragonites, Charizard, and Aerodactyl. Yeah. Gyarados would have to be like a hard counter for us to not have a great matchup there. Alright. Surge. Again, it's based on speed tiers. Which means we are good only against Magneton, I believe. Look at 78 off. We are faster than Magneton. I think Electabuzz is faster than Magneton. Yes. Electabuzz is 105. So we lose to everything but Magneton. I'm just gonna make it a 1. It's more logistically fair if we use pure psychic types, right? Yeah. Sure, Alakazam does have Energy Ball. That bothers me just a little bit. A wee little bit. Alright, Misty, we are neutral on Golduck, neutral on Quag. Bad against Lapras, but good against Stormy. No, we are neutral on Lapras. That's a pretty neutral fight, honestly. Erica, we're actually got Ice Fang. So again, I think it's speed tiers. Which I believe we're going to be slower. We're slower than Jumpluff. Faster than Tangela, but I'm pretty sure we don't one-shot, so I'm not going to mark that as good. So bad and bad, Victory Bell. Faster than Victory Bell. Definitely KO it. Bellow. We are faster than 2 of the Mons. I cannot make this a 1. I can make it a 2 though. Janine, poisons. We are good, neutral, 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 and neutral. Brock should be a sweep. I can't. It is off of a Kabutops. I can't, in good faith, not give you a 5 there, though. Blaine also should be a 5. Yeah, it's Magmar. Even with the coverage move, I can't say that would be any different. I really hate that it's sleeping all these sites every time. All right, we are... I mean, we have Ice and Dark coverage, which does make us okay. I'm gonna say neutral on a Exeggutor. Good against Arcanine, good against Rhydon. Neutral on Gyarados, Machamp, and good against Pidgeot. So I'll give you a little bit of an edge on blue. And then we have Pikachu, which we are neutral against based on speed. Neutral Pikachu, we're gonna be bad against. We're gonna be bad against. We're bad against that and Venusaur. Good against Charizard. Ooh. Good against Charizard, and then we'll be neutral to let me actually, I need to look at your team for this fight specifically. It's Giga Drain and Frenzy Plant, so we are going to be bad against Venusaur. So 2 bads, a good, a neutral, and then 3 neutrals. So you're actually the worst starter for red. That's kind of funny to find out. All right, here we go. We have done our analysis of the teams. Let's look post-game. How about we do that first? Look post-game, see which one is better. No, not a surprise to me, Feraligatr is a clear favorite in post-game, even in post-game too. That's a pretty dispiriting margin. I mean, both of them had 2 really bad fights. And Feraligator's a lot of decent fights. All right. Well, I think the post game is going to be indicative of how the actual one looks too. So let's take a look-ski here. Not by much, honestly. Not by much. Not by much at all. That's only 100. I mean, that's only 10 points, which is roughly 2 battles swung the other way around. That's crazy. Meganium is so bad. Like, I'm curious now. I mean, I'm looking at just where we're at. That's honestly kind of crazy. It's that far off. It's 50 points off. Yeah, none of them are that far off. Anywhere else, which is kind of crazy. I mean, this is the one that I like the most because they're so close to each other. These are pretty close too. Fire and Leaf Green, I mean, 20 is kind of crazy, but 50 points difference? 50 points difference? Me and McGaney is so bad. It just might be the worst starter period. Like, not because I hate it, but objectively the worst starter period in its game. And I think that's why when we look at like other games, Meganium gets fairy typing, because that would help it out a lot with some dark stuff, even just some move sets and things. So we're taking for Alligator. That is our starter Pokemon. Did I do the best team for Fire Red Leaf Green? Did that video come out? It did. All right. So this is best team. Best team. Heart Gold, Soul Silver. I don't think it matters version exclusive wise until we get into the other encounters. But we'll look. And if at all possible, I am going to be playing Heart Gold just because the legendary stuff is easier to do. All right, for Alligator, final moveset wise. This is where for Alligator is hard to do stuff with. Because the two water HMs don't mesh. And it's got good coverages. But assuming we can look for Surf as another Pokemon's move if we happen to find something that works with it. But I think we should assume the water, it has to have both water HMs and the two main coverage typings. Let's be honest, ground isn't that big for us, honestly. So I think for moveset, we are rocking Waterfall. We are rocking Crunch. We are rocking Ice Fang. And we have Surf. I think we can drop Surf if we find something else, and then maybe Earthquake takes its spot. Or Dig, or what have you. Alright, with that, we need to now look at what we need to cover with for Alligator. In what spaces. So we're pretty good against Team Rocket. Perhaps a fighting and or psychic type would help us with that. With gyms, I don't think there's a great way to beat Faulkner. We're good against the rival pretty consistently. We have all the random fights good. I just realized Jolteon was spelled wrong. I have Joleton. A ground type would be nice for Jolteon as an answer or coverage for Jolteon. We didn't consider to even Dig, and I have to, so sorry. I'm just gonna make for Alligator a little bit higher. Something for Koga, something for Bruno. So flying type, psychic type is screaming at me. Flying type is screaming at me. Fighting type is screaming at me. But let's take progression order. What is the biggest fight that we have that we cannot deal well with? Faulkner and Bugsy. So a rock type covers that both, or a flying type does really well. Not a flying. Yeah, a flying type actually does really well into that too. Or an electric type. I don't think that we get any of those early on. 29 is normal type, so we can ignore that and we can just look for the rest of this. Again, none of those are really going to help me with Faulkner. That's really what we're going to look. We got to look for, is there a way to beat Faulkner well? Violet City. Are these the proto eggs? So that's the case, Mareep is the answer. Or Onyx. Let me look some research. The secret eggs. Oh. That's a Togepi. Well, we know the Togepi egg. That could be our flying type too. Gift Pokemon. The Togepi, Kenya, Eevee. The special eggs. In Violet City, you receive 1 of 3 eggs by giving a special secret code. I want to know how to do this. There it goes. I'll go Primo egg. Primo! It's not promo, it's Primo. Duh. Primo eggs, Heart Gold, Soul Silver. You can collect all 3. Just started Nuzlocke, came across this information. Here you go. You can get 3 eggs from promo if you just need the password based your trainer ID. Let's see. Oh. Do we count these though? None of these extras have ever been distributed outside of Japan officially. I'm a little confused on what we can do here. Enter in the correct words, program will give you a present. I think a good way to test this is for me to open Dezume. And let me load a file of Heart Gold Soul Silver. Oh, I guess you can see it. Haha. Alright, I'm gonna actually pull that over here. You don't even see all my files. Alright, I got a Heart Gold version. Let's see. Oh, I thought I had to press the button on the lower screen. So I haven't done anything to the game, but I just want to know if it's possible to do. All right. All right. You're gonna give me a Pokemon. We're just gonna take the first one. Not because we want a Chikorita, but because we're taking it. I gotta get all the way there. That's crazy. Honestly, hold on. Let me look at the gift lock. Or the wedlock. Might have deleted them all. Shoot. Black wedlock, or gold gift log. It's not on the computer anymore. Wedlock? Yeah. I have that's Storm Silver. What's this? Garbage gold? Interesting. And none of my Heart Gold files work. Can you get Primo eggs? They're gold. Yes, you can. Oh. So we can. And the information should be available. I think we allow it to be legal, right? Right. I mean, everyone has access to this, I think. So let's go ahead and close it. I think everyone has access to this. And there is a website that'll just do the code for you, and yeah, so I don't know if Mareep is good or not. Ghastly also could be a solution for Faulkner. I'm not sure if it actually is. No, it cannot be a solution for Faulkner. I was trying to make it work. It doesn't. Fire. But the Onyx, hold on. So with Onyx, we need to look at obedience. Nor gold, soul, silver. So Onyx will stop obeying us at certain points. Give me level 10 I can get to. But I guess what's the lowest level I can catch a Bellsprout at? I mean, we just can't be over leveled. I think the Onyx can work. I doubt the Onyx is going to be the solution, but it could work. Because we're basically essentially comparing right now the 3 Pokemon that we get before Faulkner. Mareep, Slugma, and Onyx all have options. Now, the thing about Slugma... Alright, we're going to get rid of a few of these. The thing is also going to be based on what they can learn at levels. So let me pull some notes up. Mareep will have Thundershock at 10, so Mareep can be viable for this. Onyx will have Rock Throw at 9, which would make it viable for this. Slugma will have Rock Throw at level 11. It's not stab, but it does work. So all 3 of them technically work to beat Faulkner. And also technically work to beat Bugsy. Technically. But right now we're looking at the best Faulkner answer. And what's going to be the most beneficial overall later on. So Rock and Ground, that would give us the answer to Jolteon. Rock and Ground gives us the answer to Faulkner, Bugsy, and Whitney. Not Price. It doesn't give us answers to petrol. It does not give us answers to Ariana. It might give me answers to Ariana. Let me look at Ariana again. Rock ground would give me most of my answers to Ariana, barring a necessary need for a way to beat grass types. But that's gonna be something we can cover maybe with a psychic type too that we probably already are gonna need. So not necessarily a problem. Although Rock doesn't help, Rock would help us with Koga as well. And potentially Bruno. It's tough. It's just tough because the three of them don't really share anything in common. Electric only being good against flying and water isn't really making a case for Mareep, honestly. The other thing is I'm not going to have my car go for a long time. It evolves at 38, which is basically price. Jimmy doesn't have a bad matchup in the price really either. Just doesn't want to deal with the Pella swine. It's tough. I think, but if I evolve into Steelix, that throws another wrench in the problem because you'd have to be able to trade to get Steelix, which makes this really hard to access. Which means basically, do we want to pull Bruno and run an Onyx all the way through the game? That's a good question. Or does a steel type? What does steel even do in this game? I don't even know if steel's like not even good right now. Steel's not even a good typing until generation 5 or something like that. It'd be good against electric, fire, technically. Poison, ice, and steel. Yeah. But we'd lose its rock coverage. I mean, also we get so many resistances and immunities. No poison, no. We're neutral to grass. We're to fire, water, fighting, and ground. It's great typing, honestly. We knew that though. We knew this was great typing. I think honestly we need to look at a oh, not this one. We need to look at a At Onyx here. Let's see what we're gonna get. I mean, we're gonna get Dragon Breath off of our stupid low special attack stat. What are even our stats right now, though? Like, is Onyx even gonna be good enough to do anything? I mean, I'm 45 base attack, man. That's pretty dog. And Steelix doesn't honestly get a whole lot better. We don't even get ground moves. We're reliant on Dig and Earthquake. That's tough for me to justify, honestly. It's tough for me to even really justify. And we'd have to wait for... We get our steel move at 41. Let's see what Steelix gives us. Does have a level up moveset. No, we wouldn't have to wait. As soon as we get a metal coat, we could get it. Oh, it's tough. Wild Magnemites on Route 32. With 5% chance to catch it. I don't know, boss man. I don't know, boss man. The Elemental Fangs on level up is kind of nice too. But again, our rock moves aren't even good. I mean, I guess we'll get them later, but the other thing is, like, what attack stats we're looking at here? We look at 45 off Onyx. I don't think Slugma's gonna have a higher one, but no, it's 40. Ancient power at 26. We get EP at 56, which is going to be way too late. All right. Also going to come down to TM locations too, unfortunately. Flamethrowers on 20 is in the game corner. Where is this route? Oh, it's a Kanto. It's in Kanto. Flamethrowers in Kanto. Which means you're going to have Ember up until 38. Which wouldn't even be Jasmine. These both aren't great options, let's be honest. Oh no. I can get flamethrower as early as goldenrod. Or I can get fire blast. Like either way, we get it there. And so the other question, does Jasmine have a ground move on her Steelix? I think the answer is no. I think she's a rock move. That's tough. Yeah. I don't think this should... That's Brock. Brock is so late, though. Brock's like the last gym in Kanto. Oh, sorry. Brock's like the last gym in Kanto, and you don't get... You're stuck with Rock Tomb until... then. As mentioned, you don't even get a ground move naturally. Oh, I might be picking a... you don't get ground moves naturally, which means we're relying on Dig Earthquake. Which I know we said is National Park, but that's Victory Road. We're not getting a ground move until... That's Victory Road. I mean, I think Dig gets the job done. I believe Dig gets the job done. It's just tough. It's a tough choice. Because on one hand, I don't even know, man. I mean, the stats are okay. I mean, I can make... It's a tough call. I don't... This might be the toughest team member to put on the team. And we still have 4 other ones. 5 other ones to do. 4 other ones to do. I'm right, 4. Steelix runs Aqua Tail? That's freaking sick. Also, Iron Tail Stab. Price is going to be a contributing factor to this. Just a little bit. We'll need something to deal with Price. Price is basically a water gym leader. Let's just call a spade a spade. I mean, I feel like I gotta do one of these for Onyx and Macargo. Sorry. Tough call. I'm not really sure what the right option is. But we're gonna have to scrutinize this pick the entire playthrough. On one hand, Onyx does better up front. You know, it is gonna be better in the Faulkner, in the Bugsy. But it's doing nothing. It does nothing for Morty. It does nothing for Chuck. It's okay for Jasmine. What does Jasmine have? Steelix doesn't have a ground move, right? Yeah. Actually, it's going to be pretty good for Jasmine. I mean, it's good for Faulkner. It's good for Jasmine. Faulkner, Bugsy, Jasmine. Like, not going to help me with price. Doesn't really help us with Petrol. Or Ariana. Let me look at Koga. I mean, Steelix is kind of the perfect counter for Koga, though. It's kind of the perfect counter. But it just dies on Bruno. I mean, the same thing's going to happen with Macargo, though. So we can even really play that argument. I don't know, man. I don't know. Macargo, it's gonna be good for Faulkner Bugsy. It won't be good for Whitney. That might be a difference. It won't be good for Chuck. Neither was Onyx. It won't be good for... It'll be... It might be better for Price? No, because quad weakness. I don't know. I mean, if we go to Onyx, to Steelix, we are going to resist. We are going to resist the dragons, but we're still weak to Hydro Pump. We're still weak to Aqua Tail. And the same thing is, so we're really not, and we're weak to Fire Blast. Like, we're getting nowhere with Steelix in a gym that it should be good against, too, here. I don't know. Is Koga the reason that we go one way or the other? It might be. The thing is, they play similar matchups throughout the game. Okay. As much as I think I want to use Macargo, but I think it's actually gonna be better for us to go Steelix. It's gonna be better for us to go Steelix because of resisting both electric and poison, or excuse me, having immunities to electric and poison. So Steelix in the Steelix trade in Violet City will be our encounter. At the end of the game, we should be Earthquake. What are the tutor moves? All tutor moves are battle tower, so we're excluding tutor moves from our usage here. We want Earthquake. We probably are going to end up with that's again, I think it's the level up. Is If we're fighting Koga, we're not gonna have Rock Throw. Like, we're gonna be on Rock Throw. Is Rock Throw KOing? I don't even know. Let me pull that up. So we do some calcs. We need to go to DPP meta. Into what, Ariados? Rock. Is Rock Throw better than Rock Tomb? It's 30%. Let's see what's better. Rock Throw or Rock Tomb. They're equal. If we're at Koga level 40, let's assume both are 40. I mean, 40 to 40 is, we're looking at 30 to 37%. Is that the same if we're 100? 30 to 37%? Roughly. It's roughly going to be the same. But if we go Macargo with Flamethrower, that's a guaranteed KO. Pretty much. Where that Steelix can't do. I like how we're bringing Calx in this. That's a kill. The Steelix can't one-shot that, and honestly, we're kind of sitting there for Giga Drain. I mean, we don't have an answer to Muck or Crobat for that yet, but we can get one. But we know we can't KO there. Like, when does that Steelix? That was Steelix I was calculating for too. What about if I would go Onyx? What if we don't evolve ever? What's Rock Throw doing there? Rock Throw is 34%. Yeah. As much as I want it to be the answer for Koga, it's not strong enough to deal damage to any of these Pokemon. Like, I'm wondering if Onyx on level can beat Scyther even. I mean, no, it's not even a one-shot. Now, I'll be honest, I don't think Macargo is doing better. I don't think Macargo's doing better, honestly. Yeah. The only thing is we don't resist quick attack. Oh, this is Macargo. This has to be Slugma. It's 37. U-turn is doing 41. Throw. I mean, we're half, so Onyx does put out a better threshold off rip. I think. But the problem is right away. the issue right away is Onyx is not good enough to get through even the fights it's supposed to well. Like, it's still having to sit here and tank and tank and tank. Just because the attack stat is so low. And Steelix isn't doing much better. Meanwhile, Flamethrower solves the issues that we're going to have there. We can deal with Whitney another way. Then have a defensive battle where we can't really damage the mill tank. Because that's what we're going to need anyway. Let's be fair. But Steelix just, I feel like, drops off bad. I mean, Jasmine would be the difference right now. And if we're looking at Jasmine, we're looking Slugma versus Onyx still. So, but we're also looking at Slugma with Flamethrower, which is an OCO, according to the calcs, at 120, at 153. And what is that even really? What is Thunderbolt? What is that giving me? T-Bolt. Oh, T-Bolt's actually a KO. That actually matters. Whereas Onyx in that fight, your move is Dig, which is KOing. And then we're gonna be looking at Sonic Boom. I mean, Onyx solves Jasmine. That's a good thing to note. But the Dig is so bad. I mean, we can just pull our own. It's only 28. That's so bad. Dig Steelix does solve. Dig Steelix solves Jasmine. Dig anything solves Jasmine. So it comes down to speed. And because Slugma is so slow, it's not actually good against Jasmine. And because it's not fully evolved, that would also be a problem. But Onyx can deal with that. The thing is, so yeah, that just made the choice even more difficult still, because we know that Onyx beats Faulkner. We know that Onyx is better for Faulkner. Onyx is better for Bugsy. Onyx is better for Jasmine. Or Steelix, rather. Better for Jasmine. I don't think either of them really solve Price at all. They don't really solve... Do they solve Petrol and Ariana? Not really. I mean, Steelix... Sorry, that's Discord. I'll leave that up. It's not that they, you know, they're both gonna do the same role for this fight. They're just gonna sit there and tank the hits and be resistant to everything, which works in both the cases. So it doesn't really matter who's doing what in that situation. For Ariana, Makarga is actually better because of its ability to beat all three of them. Well, it doesn't beat Marbach, though. But it also is not losing attack power because Arbok has Intimidate. I don't know, man. But Steelix Steelix is actually going to be okay. Steelix doesn't have the best fight here in the Houndour or Houndoom. It's just okay. I mean, I know we're definitely looking at an early game Pokemon. We're trying to make them work for the entire playthrough, which is just kind of nuts, but you don't really solve anything. I don't know what's more valuable here. We're trying to get through Falknoon, and objectively, Onyx does better at that. That probably is what we should take and run with. Probably would be my best guess. Steel gives me ice. Well, I'm not even gonna have a steel move for the ice types, so it's not even gonna matter. Steel's good against rock, ice, fairy, but there's no fairy. So and we determined it isn't going to matter for Claire because of Aqua Tail and Fire Blast. Hydro Pump, which we are weak to. So it doesn't even help us there. Macargo wasn't going to either, but I'd want it to be. Steelix would help us more on Will. We know Macargo is going to be better here, but Steelix isn't bad. Neither of them help there. And Karen, I don't think it matters because I think we just win. And neither of them really help us here in meaningful ways. Lance would be an interesting idea. That's another consideration. What do I want to have in the back in case Alligator needs help against Lance? And I'll be honest, it's Steelix because it stops at least Dragon Rush and Hyper Beam, versus only getting Hyper Beam covered, and being weak to Gyarados, and being weak to So we might need still an electric type for Lance. All right, we're done messing around. We are making the choice on Steelix. We are getting Earthquake. We are going to scrutinize this to Kingdom Come, though. And we are going to run... It's gonna be... Rock Tomb? It's Rock, Throw, or Tomb. Let's take your pick, really. A good utility Screech. That would help it, honestly. It's definitely Dig. It's Dig to Earthquake. Rock the Rock Tomb. Steel move. I don't know if getting Iron Tail is even useful for us. Honestly. Because it helps against Ice and Rock, and realistically, we're not going to want to stay on Ice types anyway. And at 41, I don't even think we're going to have it by the time we get to Price. At 40, yeah, Price is lower level than that. What about Stealth Rocks as an option? I didn't really want to get rid of the calc, but where's Stealth Rocks in this game? It's probably like post game. Mount Silver, sell it on department store. Okay, it's post game. It is. We're probably cut in strength would be my guess. All right. Well, that only took an hour, and we finally figured out what we're doing. So we have Feraligatr and Steelix. I was on the right page. Which now means Feraligatr covers our Faulkner, covers our Bugsy. We are now at Whitney. Unless there is... No. We are at Whitney. Which means fighting type. And I think, again, we're going to have to look at the only available one, which is probably going to be the Machoke. Or the Machop. So we're not really seeing anything. Set to fight Whitney. I mean, Onyx does just kind of win the first part of the game for us. It's gonna be hard for me to turn down. I remember best team. I've done so many best teams of Johto games that it's easy for me to remember what it was. The Machop and Goldenrod is our only fighting type that I think we're gonna get. Oh, these are so inaccurate. Not good. Not good at all. We could look at prize corner. Training is interesting. No, training is not interesting at all. Yeah, let's see if I know we can go through this route. So, is there anything on 35? The encounter pools are so limiting. Okay. We're now out of places, so we actually don't need to go any further. It is Machop. That is going to be the easy part about this, is a lot of these Pokemon are pretty much guaranteed for us to use. Because Machamp is the only fighting type we have for Whitney, so... Alright, Machamp gets... We're going to go... I think I want a Cross Chop final moveset. Cross Chop. We'll go... We are going to give you Rock Smash. A Rock, I guess. Smash. You need coverage. It can learn Flamethrower and Fire Blast. You're nuts. It really can. Is your attack, special attack stat anywhere good? Like, I know it's going to be like 5, but it's 65. It's not the worst. Definitely not good. But like Flamethrower or Machamp would be funny. Just to me, it'd be funny. We can't go Egg or Tutor. You really could hold. What HMs do you need to beat Heart Gold? All right. We definitely need cut. We need surf. We need waterfall. We need strength. Oh, we're gonna need whirlpool too. Rock smash, rock climb are not important. Well, I can give you cut, and then maybe we can give you. We'll give you Iron Tail just for your stab move. I don't even know what else to give you, Machamp. You don't really. A lot of your moves are damaging move, honestly. None of these are really great. What about poison? Poison jab. When do we get that? Probably fuchsia. Yep. It's payback. Good coverage. 35. That's not bad. It's just you don't have good moves. The elemental punches would be great. At least one of them would be great. Let me go back to the walkthrough and see if there's. See if any of these are useful. Not really. The trade is the most useful thing. We'll leave it open. But that really just gives us answers for any fighting utility, which would be Whitney and Price. That solves Whitney and Price. That solves Umbreon. That solves Bruno's Onyx. That solves Jasmine another way. Yeah, so the Machamp's good. Alright, again, Psychic is screaming out to me. Because a lot of our problems are poison and levitating poisons, more or less. And unfortunately, I think we're at the point where we get our Psychic types. So we can go Abra, which is pretty cheap. Here anyway. Or we go Drowsy. Or we can go Espeon. So I think that's where we're at. Which one of those three is going to be better? I'm going to need to look at stats too. I don't think Espeon's weak. Espeon 130 base, 110 speed. Typical level up set. 130, 110. Versus 135, 120. With the same, if not better, level up moveset. No Psychic till 40. Psychic on Espeon is not till 64. Espeon is out. Alright. And Hypno would be the other one. At 26, it's not a bad evolution level. But definitely not even remotely strong enough to be on level with Alakazam. Psychic at 50. Alakazam is just better. Psychic at 40. Much lower. And a higher stat. See, I said there's just some Pokemon you know are going to come on this team. And I will also say that even if you can't evolve them, I think Machoke and Alakazam are still the best for their abilities to do things that are great and strong. We go Psychic, Calm Mind. Alright, where is Shadow Ball? And or Shockwave and or Charge Beam. Shockwave is Vermilion, so we're not going to get that. Charge Beam is Power Plant. Or a random day of the week. We were looking at the lottery system. I was looking at the lottery system, I should say. This is still going on. You can't learn Thunderbolt? Nope, because that'd be too easy. The prize is Wednesday Charge Beam. Which means we'd have to get it lucky, and I don't think I can bank on that. So can't really give you that as coverage. Energy Ball, I'm assuming, is like Erica's gym. Not the TM's. Battle Frontier, so it's illegal. Egg moves are illegal. Grass Knot, Dream Eater. I'm really stretching here. That's Kanto, which is post game, and Dream Eater, which is post game. It is hard to build a team in this game with actually good moves. That's why I really like the 3DS era on, is I feel like they did a lot better with movesets in later games than they did with the early games. Just because they didn't really know what they were doing, I feel like. What about Light Screen? Can you get Light Screen? Is that helpful? Light Screen is the department store, so we could go Light Screen. And what I would really love for you to be able to learn is Blizzard or Ice Beam or something. No, it's not here, but I want it to be here. Alright, I think otherwise... And Reflect. So we'll do a dual screen set for Alakazam. Calm Mind and an attacking move. That's crazy. I mean, that's really all it needs, to be fair. All right. Alakazam then solves Morty. It solves Chuck. It solves Petrol, Ariana, Archer, Petrol, Ariana, Proton. Everyone but Archer. Archer's solved by Machamp. It solves Koga. It and Steelix will solve Koga. It'll solve Bruno, barring Onyx. It doesn't help anywhere else. There. So I just realized there was a double break here. That's funny. No. It's gonna mess up the whole system. Leave it. What other holes do we have on the team? I need a Whirlpool user. And then that would mean I need a Surf user. Whirlpool Surf user would be great. An HM's Mon might be helpful here. Are we overlooking Silver's team? Do I need more help with it? I mean, with the team, Machamp solves Sneasel. Steelix solves Golbat and Magneton. Thank you. Steelix solves Golbat and Magneton. I don't have an answer for Kadabra. I guess Feraligatr solves Kadabra and Haunter, as well as Alakazam solves Haunter, and then we have no good option for Meganium. Realistically, we need like I mean, we're gonna need a flyer anyway. For just access to mobility, right? So let's think about a flyer. It doesn't. Flying beats bug and grass and fighting. And gives me immunity to ground. So honestly, do we just pick the best flyer? I mean, when do we really need a flyer? We have Faulkner and Bugsy covered. I mean, a flyer really would be Azalea. This is when we need a flyer by. Something to beat grass. So a bug, a flying, a fire, or an ice type. So ice is out, obviously. We gotta go back to Azalea. Yeah, it's something to beat this Meganium specifically. So Elix will be off limits. But the well could be open. Zubat. We could go Zubat. Let's poison too. But poison isn't really helpful in this, is it? Poison is going to go to grass. And literally just grass. So poison's not even useful in this game. It just gives me a psychic weakness. Lapras is useless. Cave gives me another shot at Zubat. Zubat. Spearow. Hoppip. You bounce. Aerial Ace is Falconers, right? No. I don't think jump up is the answer either. We might not finish this today, honestly. Jump Bluff is base 55 attack. No, Jump Bluff is not the answer. Good to know. Alright, back through. So we have Spearow. We have access to, I believe, we're gonna see Hoot Hoot. We have Natu. What about Natu? Would Natu be even helpful? I didn't even know you could catch Natu. It's 70 special attack. I guess Psychic at 47. Psychic at 59, rather. And I believe its physical stat is dog. Yeah, that's not a good answer either. Honestly, right here is where we need it. So before Lee, a flying type. So none of those work. 31, we could go Butterfree. We could go Hoot Hoot. Butterfree, Hoot Hoot, letting in Pidgey. Butterfree, Hoot Hoot, letting in Pidgey. What about, where's Dark Cave on this? We can actually access Dark Cave. From the south, which gets us Zubat. That's what I thought. All right. We have Pidgey, Hoot Hoot, Zubat, Butterfree, and Ledian. Could we go Beedrill? Could we also go Beedrill? We could also go Beedrill. Alright, so really we're looking at stats. Butterfree is going to be 80s for attack. Beedrill, I don't think it's going to get access. It's going to also be 80s for attack. With not, but Poison Jab eventually. I mean, perhaps. Pidgey. And eventually Pidgeot. It's going to give us 80 in attack. It actually, it has low, Pidgeot has lower special attack than physical attack? That's crazy. Well, we're stuck with Special Gust for like its entire lifeline. Do I not get Hoot Hoot? Did I ever say, I do get Hoot Hoot. I do get Hoot Hoot. It's gotta be nighttime though. Okay. Noctowl gives us 76 special time. Oh, jeez, that's not even that good either. Am I really about to look at Ledian to see if I want to put him on the team? Sure, why not? Ledian gives us 35 and 55. No way am I looking at that seriously anymore. Or we go Zubat. That's gonna. What does Crobat? Not Crobat. What does Golbat give us? Golbat gives us 80 in attack, but a really crappy moveset. A really crappy moveset. A really bad moveset, honestly. So bad. Again, we don't really need it for Attila Azalea Town. And also, you're fighting a Meganium, which you're going to quad resist. Are we sure there's not Spearow anywhere? No. No Spearow. No Spearow. No Spearow. Tower. No Spearow. Yep. So it's Zubat. It's 100% Zubat or Crobat. Crobat. Not Croquet. Crobat. All right. Via Crobat, what are we looking at moves set wise? Crobat. We are looking at not Cross Poison. Probably looking Poison Fang. Because we know. What's Crobat's stats like? Crobat. Its special attack is 70. I mean, it's only 90 attack? That's kind of crazy. How bad these Pokemon are. I love Cross Poison. Where is the move relearner? No. Move relearner, Heart Gold, Soul Silver, Blackthorn City. Okay, we're not getting any fun moves. All right, so we're looking at Crobat with Poison Fang. Poison Fang. We're looking at Fly. We have to have Fly. We're looking at Wing Attack. And a coverage, a move of my choice. Yay! I want to Astonish. I'm just kidding. That's so bad. Where do we get Steel Wing from? Not like that's going to be helpful, but, you know, I'm just curious. Route 28. It's not bad. It's pretty early. U-turn. We could go U-turn. U-turn's from Bugsy, is it not? U-turn is from Azalea Town from beating Bugsy. I mean, that would be our grass. It would be a good way to beat psychic types too. I like that. I like that. We'll go U-turn. I don't think I've ever used U-turn in a playthrough. But hey, that's a nice moveset. All right, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 Pokemon. What is our hole right now? We need a Whirlpool user. That is our hole on the team right now. Let's just make sure we beat every fight So otherwise we'd have to redistribute the team comp stuff around a little bit. But Crobat, we now deal with all of. It's gonna be easier if I go through this system. So Machamp, Steelix, Psychic is a little problem. Crobat, I guess. Crobat into what's it called? Feraligatr and or Alakazam Crobats. Okay. For these dum-dums, we are looking Alakazam Steelix should deal with both of them pretty nicely. Alakazam deals with all of them, or Steelix takes the hits. Alakazam and then Steelix in the back for that. And for Houndour, Feraligatr, Alakazam should be able to deal with those two. For Faulkner, Onix is the win. For Bugsy, Onix wins all of those two. For Whitney, that is straight up a female Machamp. Machamp. For Morty, that is Alakazam. And Crocodile. Eusine, it is Feraligatr, Alakazam, and Steelix. For Chuck, it is Crobat and it's Crobat and Alakazam. For Jasmine, it is Steelix. For Price, Price is the what might be the problem here. What do we do against Price? How do we beat water types? I don't have a grass or an electric move. That might be something to think about. Price is an option. But Machamp deals with his last two, so Seal would be the only problem there. Okay, think about water or grass. Then you think about grass or electric. For Claire, it is Steelix for Gyarados. It is Feraligatr for Dragonairs. And probably Feraligatr for Kingdra. There's not a good option for Kingdra. And a lot of people will go Ampharos to try to deal with it, but there's just not a good option. It resists everything besides Dragon. For Will, we have a combination. We have Dark on Feraligatr and U-turn on Crobat, which U-turn should deal with Slowbro. A grass or an electric type would be actually really helpful right there. For Bug, it's Steelix and Crobat. Should be able to deal with that. For Bruno, it is Alakazam, Crobat, and Feraligatr. Should deal with that. For Karen, that should be 100%. It's not, because they're not all dark types. It is Machamp and Crobat. Machamp, Crobat, and Steelix, I should say. And Feraligatr. So that's pretty much a team effort, I think. And Lance, might be the tough one right now, too. I mean, these are all, everything but Gyarados is Feraligatr. What beats Gyarados? Because Steelix doesn't. I don't know, man. That might be where electric comes in. So, really, we need an electric type that can learn Literal Pool. What about Vaporeon? I know it's a weird. It's not what we were looking for. It does not learn Whirlpool. I think it's going to come down to it does learn Whirlpool. That's what we really need to look at, our Whirlpool users. But this is all games. The only electric type that can learn it is Lantern. Likewise, the only grass type that can learn it is Ludicolo. And we determined that Feraligatr can by no means learn it. No, it cannot learn Whirlpool. Alright, I'm gonna go to my Pokedex app because it's gonna be able to show me specifically within this dex who can learn it. Okay, Furret can learn it. Miltank can learn it. Miltank can learn it. Miltank can learn Ice Beam too. And Thunder and Thunderbolt. But Miltank has 40 base attack, special attack stat. Which doesn't help me with actually learning a Thunder move. What about the Furret? Furret has... Am I really gonna... Furret does not have good stats, I'm sure. 45, 76. Can learn Whirlpool. Can learn Thunderbolt. Learn every electric TM, but it's not gonna be good. It's such a limited move pool. Snorlax can learn it too. Just tell me Sawoodo can learn it. No. I'm gonna look back at Vaporeon. It's got a good special. It's not gonna be able to learn. Thing is, Garrett, I mean, what was the problem we had? It was Lance's Gyarados, right? It doesn't learn. I mean, maybe Feraligatr sweeps this, but that's asking Feraligatr to do a lot. It is asking Feraligatr to learn that. Feraligatr learns Whirlpool? What? Is this wrong? Feraligatr does learn Whirlpool. I don't need a Whirlpool user. I have one. The problem is it's gonna have to drop one of its other things. Do I have a Surfer on another team member? That's a good question. I don't know. No. Okay. A Crobat. I don't like Crobat. It's gonna learn Whirlpool. I mean Surf. So I either need another Surfer or I need another Whirlpooler. Question. Okay. Ampharos does not. Let me go back to this. I'm gonna look at surf users. See if there's anything interesting in the pool. Because if there is, that would help us. That might just tell us who our last mon is. Sorry, I'm gonna type into the moves slot surf. Hits dive users. Who learns it? Psyduck, Nidoking, Nidoqueen. Right, I'm looking at random things that would learn it. Tauros. Furret. Sneasel. Miltank. Spheal. I don't think we've seen any. We're gonna need another water type. Rhydon? We're not really coming up with anything. The alternative is we kind of water HM lock for alligator. And we grab Ice Beam. We grab Ice Beam, which is a lot more uses on it. But again, I'm not seeing really anything that we could utilize in another way. What about... Because we have to pick for alligator, that's the thing. It's not like an electric type. There's no bolt beam coverage. We're gonna have to just look through the list of things. Gengar? Can Gengar learn? Nope. Let's hope him. Go Rat, give it Ice Beam. None of those are gonna be good. I wish Mareep could learn Ice Beam, that'd be sick. Okay, neither of those. None of those help us at all. We could Ice Beam Gyarados. I mean, Gyarados doesn't... I hate this stupid thing. The reason I hate this dex is because it keeps popping up with ads. Alright, you're 60 base, that's not even that good. The Gyarados would be able to learn Thunderbolt and... would be able to learn Thunderbolt and Ice Beam. And Whirlpool. And we're only going to need Thunderbolt in a few locations. It's tough. It's tough. It could be, I mean, it could be the right option. I mean, we're realistically, let me just pen it. Write a tentative set. Gyarados. Thunderbolt. Or Thunder. Whirlpool. And we can use the shiny Gyarados. That'd be fun. It does get D-Dance at 44, but is there a physical dragon move you're gonna get? You don't learn a physical dragon move. And you learn Twister. Dragon Pulse 58, when do we get that? That's Claire, probably. Yep. It's the only one, dang. I mean, that's an option. All right. Either way, we have reached the time that we have, so I think beyond that, we're just kind of pulling things together at this point. Yeah, that'll do it for the day. Appreciate you all hanging out and being a part of the stream and everything, but we'll have to finish the last team member for next week, and then we'll go from there as to the other stuff that is going on. But we'll be live tomorrow on Twitch, so please go check that out. And all the other socials, I'll put them in the chat. And appreciate you watching. Like, subscribe, and catch you next time. So until then, okay, I'll sign off. Stay safe, as always. Burn it up.